Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the IVES number RL30 roller latch. This is a very typical, very common industry standard sort of roller latch. RL30 is as common as getting French fries at a hot dog stand. Okay. That is the roller latch body. Here is the strike. There is a link below this video showing everything important dimensionally about the item, which also will serve as a template or a guide by which to go about mortising the door if it's a wood door or frame. This is called the standard strike. You can also get it with an optional ASA strike if you're using a hollow metal frame. That would certainly be what you'd want to order. Okay, so let's talk about where this is used. Roller latches like this, heavy-duty roller latches like the RL30, IVES RL1152, their RL32 is another really good example of commercial-grade roller latches. They're 36, they're 38, okay? These are used in commercial settings when you've got full-size doors, solid core, hollow metal doors, things that are in the 100-plus pound range, okay? Overkill for residential doors, that is for sure. People use these in bookcases. If they've turned a bookcase into a door using pivot hardware, which we can help you with, by the way, if you're doing that project. Used for commercial grade use is what this is. Shown to you in the 626, yes, satin chrome finish. 626 means that it is a brass-based material. Both the latch, the strike, and the roller latch itself are, faceplate is consistent with being brass material. You can see that there is a system here of springs. Those springs do a double purpose in the sense that tightening them down, tightening the spring down, or loosening it via those slotted screws there, control the projection of the roller latch. So the more that you tighten it down, and you may or may not be able to see the threads, they're only down here at the bottom portion, they're going to draw that bottom plate up, obviously. And because that spring is heavier, it's going to overcome or overwhelm the smaller springs up here and kick the projection up. But then the springs underneath here allow the roller latch to ride in and out of the strike area, over the lip, over the hump, and then into the recess area that you see there. A great design and a really great roller latch. As a result of it floating on these springs, this roller latch is also going to be perfect for those wood door installations or hollow metal installations where you have a beveled edge, a typical 3-degree bevel. Is what that's going to be really good for. Okay. Now, mortising for this, assuming it's a wood door and or wood frame, that's pretty straightforward. Obviously, mortising for this is going to be something that you're going to do in the wood frame. I am not really an advocate of a hammer and chisel when a router can be used. Routers are always produce a better result, at least in my opinion. 2 1/4, which is a standard height for what is called a full lip strike like this. A dimension from the holes, the center of the holes to the edge of the lip is also a standard at 1 1/4. Then you've got an overall, about 1 5/8 inches. 5/32 thick, which is going to be real typical and common. Mortising for this should be just a router and a template attached or nailed down to the jamb, and then route that, and then square the corners either with a corner chisel or by hand, and then you're in real good shape. No reason to drill anything into the back or into the frame like you would a normal strike plate that's just flat on the back. Screws, since we're talking about attaching, the 2 long ones are for the body, the 2 shorter ones are obviously for the strike. Now, to the body, Mortising for the body is represented by thinking of it as a body prep, or mortising for the roller latch. Think of it as mortising for a body and then a plate. The body is really just the big piece down here that you've got to mortise deep for, and to the thickness to get the apparatus in. Then the plate is only the finer sort of routing, chiseling that you need to do for the faceplate. Okay. Dimensionally, let's talk about that now. It's a 1 inch wide on the faceplate. In terms of the technical drawing, it's 1 inch wide. Now you can see there, and while this is not a real scientific way to measure this, it looks like it's ever so slightly heavy on 1 inch. And that's by design. It is. It's a 32nd heavy or something like that. That's when you draw this into, and it's all but imperceptible, but there's a beveled edge on these. And when you draw that into your preparation, it makes a very nice, tight, professional looking fit when it's screwed down and attached. When you put that into the door, you'll need to press it in ever so slightly to get it to go in, and it works out really great. And in that case, I would also very much be pre-drilling my holes. I don't want to have the screw to have to draw that down. You definitely want to pre-drill all screws like this. The same would go for the height, 3 3/8. On the tape measure, this is going to be ever so slightly heavy on 3 3/8. Okay. The depth of the body, and you can see all this in the template. You're dealing with 1 11/16 of an inch, total body depth, a plate thickness of 7/32, you know, a height of the body per that template. They're calling out a mortise length of 2 13/16. That doesn't jive. Pardon me, 2 3/16. That would make all the sense in the world. And when you get that, you're probably going to have to square your corners out a little bit for the body preparation to fit that down. And then when you're done, you'll come with your router and make a nice preparation. If working with routers, obviously you'll have a template. There are tool companies that make those that you can set, accommodate the collar, you know, the collar of the router bit in your router base, so that you can get a nice preparation, and then square your corners out with a corner chisel or a hammer and chisel, and it works out really great. If you have any questions on mortising for this, by all means feel free to reach out to me. The template or instructions below this video can also be used to send to your hollow metal door manufacturer if they need to know how to prep for this. That would also serve. Available in several different architectural finishes. Again, this is satin chrome, and IVES is a full-line manufacturer of all things trim and auxiliary hardware related. Not only the common things like roller latches that they're very much known for, but of course push and pull hardware, kick plates, door stops, knockers. They have a full line of aluminum continuous geared hinges along with pivot hardware for hanging doors. So any questions on their IVES RL30 or any other IVES product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.